And these are curses, go on.
These are the names that he was given in slavery, okay? Because when the first ships came over, and they came over from Europe, that's what you don't know. The first ships left from Europe, okay? But they told you that you all came from the west coast of Africa. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? But we came over speaking Hebrew, okay? And that's why we didn't understand what the Portuguese and that was talking. Because we were speaking Hebrew, they were speaking Spanish, okay?
Right, and that's why in that movie, Kunta Kinte, when the Caucasian man put pork in front of his face, he slapped the pork away. Not because he was a Muslim, it's because he was an Israelite, and that's their laws. That's our laws. Do you understand? That's the Israelites' laws. That's where Muhammad cherry-picked our laws from. Okay, go on.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments.
Right, and you Israelites are subject to payments even to this day. You understand? You Israelites talking about, oh, I want to get my own business, this and that. We need to set up our own black community. You need to set up a community in your enemy's household. That's dumb. What you need to do is you need to turn back to your true living God, and he will put you back on the top. Get me Isaiah chapter 30 verse 15, please. Go on, finish that.
According to all the iniquities of our fathers,
according to all the iniquities of your fathers, because you are your forefathers. You come back in the third and fourth generation, doing the same bullshit that you did. Right? Go on.
According to all the iniquities of our fathers which departed from the Lord our God.
Right, so you departed from the Lord your God. That's why you're in this captivity. You're not in this situation for fun. You get me that one, yeah? And also get me Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 1. I've seen princes upon horses. Yeah, go get the one up first, yeah. Because that shows how the Most High is with his people, man. Go on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity.
Folly is set in great dignity. That's when you got the Christians, usually our age, out here singing and dancing about run from sin. What kind of idiot business is that? You make yourself look like a fool in front of the heathen nations.
You are a fool.
You understand? Go on.
And the rich sit in a low place.
And the rich sit in a low place. That's you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans and West Africans. You're the rich because you're Israelites. You're the holy people of the Most High. It says in Deuteronomy 7 and 6. And you are heirs to the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is yours. It's not everyone's. Okay? It's not everyone's. Was it Peter? He said to Yahushua, who you call Jesus Christ, when shall you restore the kingdom of heaven to Israel? Not to the world, which shows you what? That the kingdom of heaven is rulership. Alright, go on.
And is that not a scripture after John 3:16?
Right. There is a scripture after John 3:16. He came to restore the kingdom of Israel back to Israel. He didn't come to restore it to everyone in the planet. You scriptures are your pastors, your preachers, they're remixing scriptures back to you. Alright? They're feeding you stagnant poison water. Go on.
I have seen servants upon horses.
I have seen servants upon horses. We're going to get deep in that one first. Go on.
And princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Right. That's what the Most High seen. Because he's men, what the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Africans, you are the princes. That's what Yasharala means. Yasharala means princes of the power, the living power. Right? But the Most High seen princes walking as servants upon the ground. But the law of what? Let's find out who the servants are. Get me, what is it? Leviticus chapter 25:44. The servants of these heathen nations round about you. Because they were created to serve you. But because you broke the laws of your God and you started following their gods, and the heathen nations knew when you started following their gods, that your God would turn his back on you. And he would give you into the hand of your enemies. Wait, we haven't even finished the Lamentations 2:14 yet. There's a part I want to get to that it says the heathens knew. The heathens knew that when we turned from our God, that they were able to touch us. When we followed the laws of our God, they couldn't do nothing against us. Go on.
Which one do you want? The Leviticus, yeah?
2 and 14.
So when
this is Lamentations chapter 2 verse 14.
He spent 3 days inside his belly and then got coughed up.
2:14, let me see.
What's all that about?
Prophecy and failing foolish things. Oh, that's it, 15.
Lamentations chapter 2 verse 15. All that passed by clap their hands at thee.
Right, all that passed by clap their hands at thee. What is it? World Star Hip Hop is set up by who? The Jewish man. You understand? BET is set up by who? So-called Jewish, which is Amalek according to the Bible, which is these Edomites, which are Caucasians. But they're the top tribe of the nation of Edom. Your enemies are mocking you in front of your face. Islam. When they had the audacity to come up here and contend with us, which are the people of the book, when the Quran says do not contend with the people of the book, they were going against their own Quran. They didn't even have their own heathen come up here. They had a Jake that was into Islam come up here. They had an Israelite that was into Islam come up here. They didn't contend for it themselves. Do you understand? So all that see you pass by and they clap their hands at you, because the heathens know, especially the elder Muslims, they know that you are Israelites. It's just that you lot don't know you're Israelites. The heathen nations watch you and they're laughing at you.
We've suffered a lot.
Go and read on, man.
We've been centuries.
Lamentations chapter 2 verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at me. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying,
Slakia, the door of Jerusalem is you Israelites. They hiss and wag their head at you. That's why when they see you niggas with the friggin' pants halfway down your ass, and now you man trying to be bad man with skinny jeans. You see what I'm saying? Now you're trying to be bad man with skinny jeans. First you got niggas with their pants hanging off their ass. That's why it's called sag on.
that's where you get the term sagging from. Yeah, because it's niggers. If you spell it backwards. But our people want to be sagging their pants halfway down their ass for the heathen to be looking at them. It's a shame and a reproach. You don't see any other nation trying to do it, but they try and copy it because it's a fashionable term. You know what I'm saying? But our people don't know their heritage. That's why they're doing this.
Right, go on.
Lamentations chapter 2 verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at me. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem. Okay? Saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?
Right, that's the heathen being sarcastic. They're saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty? Let's find out. Give me Deuteronomy 4 and 6. Because it says that the heathen shall look at us and say, how can anyone come against these people? Because of the laws that we were given. But because our people were, what is it? They did not appreciate what their God gave them, so he took it from you for now. You see what I'm saying? We're on YouTube, yeah. It's called YNS Romans 8:35. They can't, because the Bible says the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear. Yeah. That's okay. Thank you. Go on.
You know.
This is
No, that's
Deuteronomy.
The channel's called YNS. YNS Romans 8:35. You know the scripture Romans 8:35? Who shall take us away from the love of Christ? 8:35 or 8:35. It's alright about it. Yeah.
Put YouTube next to that YouTube channel.
It's a YouTube channel. Go on.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
Right, so the laws, statutes, commandments that Moses gave to the Israelites, the Most High sent him to give to the Israelites, keep these therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom in the sight of the heathen nations. That's why Muhammad was trying to jot down our laws in our scriptures. Don't eat pork. He's trying to fast more than us. Trying to face east when he prays. Trying to cover up his women. Where the hell did he get the idea for that from? From the Israelites. You understand? The Bible, which is our laws. Go on.
And say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Right, that's what the heathen are going to say. Surely this is a great and wise, understanding people. Go on.
Shut up.
For what nation is there so great who have the Most High so nigh unto them?
Right. What nation is there great which have the Most High nigh unto them?
Everyone understands life. You just read a book, laugh, laugh, right? And it ain't a Bible, it's a book.
For what nation is there so great who the Most High, who have the Most High so near unto them?
Which shows what? That the Most High is not dealing with everyone. He only gave his laws to the Negro, the Hispanics and Native Americans, which today are the Israelites. But you are the heathen because you don't know who you are. But let's go back to that Lamentations. All that see you, clap and wag their head at you. Go on. All that pass by, clap their hands at me, they hiss and wag their head at the daughters of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Right, so that's the heathens mocking you. Is this the city that people call the perfection of beauty? The joy of the whole earth? Because look at the state that you're in now. You got man in the churches, the West Africans got a bald ass head, baby face head, and the so-called Jamaicans and everyone else got a faggot faith, looking all effeminate and shit. Or dreads, as you say it, go on. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. All your enemies have opened their mouths against thee, not your friends. Go on. That's why you can get racial slurs. Our people are the #1 that face racial slurs. Yeah, because our enemies open their mouth against us. There's nothing our people can do. Go on. Can't, go on. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. Right, that's what the heathen nations have said. We have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. Get me that, go to Judith, hold that, and go to Judith, and it breaks down. In fact, I'll find it myself, I'll get it myself. You got it marked, yeah? Where she says, look, yeah, grab that, man. This is what your true leader's supposed to be telling you. Not to follow us and invest in us. Turn back to your God. That's what the hell you're supposed to be doing. Go on.
What?
And his name is not God, by the way. God is just a title. Jesus Christ is just a title. Alright? The Most High's name is hidden. It's only given to a few people. Alright? You got that one, yeah? Go on. This is the book of Judith, chapter 5. I'll start from, you have to kind of go through the story to understand it. What one you want to go to? Let me see. It says, they cried to their God. They joined the land. I'm right. While they said there, it's 17. Just start 17, man. This is Judith chapter 5, verse 17. Right, so this is the part of Judith that's missing out of the what is it? The King James, the general King James that you have. But if you go further back, you have the 1611, and that shows the Apocrypha, which your books have been taken out from the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church took these books out. So, this is Judith chapter 5 verse 17. And whilst they sin not before their God, and whilst you Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans and West Africans sin not before your God, go on, they prospered, you prospered. That is how you prosper. Not, oh, get a good job and keep your head down low. You see what I'm saying? I know, you get far in society. No. While you follow the laws of your God, you prospered. Okay, go on. They prospered because the God that hateth iniquity was with them. Right, because your God which hateth iniquity was with you. The heathen nations' gods don't even exist. What's about the Bible says, what is it? Right, but what? The gods of the nations are idols. For the Lord made the heavens. Do you understand? Go on. No, wait. Let's get back there. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them. Right, when you Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans departed from the way which Yahweh had appointed you, go on, let's find out what happened to you. Go on, following after the heathen nations. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the Bible says there's nothing new today. So you're still in captivity to this day. Because you turned from your God and he put you back underneath your enemies. You understand? You're in captivity, but this is the last captivity though. This is the last captivity. After this, the Most High is not going to do it anymore. But that's where World War III comes into it. And that lake of fire, that's talking about them nukes, America. America's going to get nuked, you understand? America's going to look like a lake of fire. But there's not going to be an actual friggin' lake of fire, which your carnal churches teach, because they're not spiritual. Read that again, fluidly. Let's find out. This is Judith chapter 5 verse 17. And whilst they sinned not before their gods, they prospered, because the power of that hate of iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, right, when you Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans departed from the law, statutes and commandments which your God had appointed you, okay, go on. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captive into a land that was not theirs. Right, you were led captive into a land that was not theirs. Did you guys not go through the Atlantic slave trade, the Arab slave trade? Led captive into a land that's not yours. Do you understand? That's what your Reverend Pastor Pulcho is supposed to be telling you on that. They're supposed to be telling you these scriptures, they're supposed to be breaking them down, but the Most High is not dealing with them. Go on.
And the temple of their power was cast to the ground. That's Jerusalem. And their cities was taken by the enemies.
Right, and your cities was taken by the enemies, just like Europe. We used to rule Europe for 1,000 years. Caucasians call it the Byzantine Empire. Byzantine actually means backwards, which is disrespectful as hell. That's why they set up the Illuminati to create a new world order. Because the old world order, we ruled the old world order, and they didn't like that. So that's why they're now trying to create their new world order. But it's not going to come to fruition. Go on.
But now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered.
Right, now have they returned to their God, because the Bible says in the place that you have been scattered, you shall remember who you are, and you're going to turn back to your God. Not all of you. In fact, most of you are going to get put to death. Because who the world called Jesus Christ said, he's only coming back for the elect. He's not even coming back for all of Israel. Because 2/3 of Israel, they don't want to turn back. They've been given a reprobate mind, and their conscience is seared of a hot iron. So they're not going to turn back. It's a small remnant that's going to be saved. So when you've got Christians talking about everyone's going to be saved, or I'm saved already, it's a lie. It's a blatant lie. Because first of all, the Bible tells you who you're going to be saved from. So when you ask a Christian how you saved, and they tell you you're saved from sin, in order for you to be saved from sin, who the world called Jesus Christ would have had to return? One, and on top of that, Luke chapter 1 verse 67 says you're supposed to be saved from your enemies. And you don't even know who your enemies are.
Hold on, let me ask you, who's Jesus Christ?
Who's Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
First of all, what nationality are you? No, I said nationality.
Egyptian Somalian.
Egyptian Somalian. You know the scripture to get. Do you know you had our people in slavery? You know that. That's why you're smiling, isn't it? You know that.
I know too much for you to know, yeah.
So you know that you had us in slavery.
You know his name is Isa, innit?
You know you had us in slavery, right? So do you know what's going to happen to you? Do you know what's going to happen to you?
That's my prophet, man.
Do you know what's going to happen to you? He can't be a prophet. Because you're not an Israelite. In order for him to be your prophet, you have to be an Israelite. That's fine. But get me that about the Ethiopians, man. Men of stature. Go on. That is the truth, but the truth is painful.
Jesus
You understand?
has died for your sin, mine, all of us.
Who was given the laws? Who was given the laws? It doesn't matter who was given the laws. So you're making the Most High a liar then. Because the Most High said he doesn't change. The Most High said he doesn't change. You understand? The Most High said he doesn't change. And on top of that, a woman's not supposed to be teaching a man anyway. So what Bible are you following? What Bible are you following? What Bible are you can't be following the King James? The Bible says that a woman is not supposed to seek authority from a man. So what Bible are you teaching?
Jesus Christ
Move
has
on.
died
Go
for
on.
your sin and mine, and all of us. Don't give us this rubbish.
Are you grabbing that one, yeah? Yeah, grab me that one.
Walk away.
I was also going to tell you Job 39 and 17 as well. Have you actually looked at the poster? Have you looked at both sides of the poster? I don't think you have. Because you're mainly picking on this side here, because you're picking on this side here because that applies to you. That applies to, this side applies to you. I'd say that side applies to you, but even then, I think you're an Edomite anyway. I don't think you're an Israelite. I think you're an Edomite, not an Israelite. An Edomite, they're Caucasians. A Caucasian, an Israelite. I'm an Israelite, but you're an Edomite. They're two different nations. Now, the guy that just left, which he knew he was an Ethiopian, yeah, a Sabian, he's a Hamite, yeah. When people try and tell our people blacks are selling blacks, there's no such thing as a black person on the earth. It was Hamites, yeah, like he was saying, he admitted himself he was a Somalian. It was them type of people that were selling Negroes. It wasn't Africans selling Africans. And the reason why he walked off fast, he knows his ass is going to get dragged down in slavery when the time comes. Go on. When it comes to women teaching, the Bible condemns that. This is 1 Corinthians, yeah? Chapter 14, verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion. And why? You see how the Most High made that scripture first before the bullet point scripture. The Most High is not the author of confusion. Go on. But of peace in all churches of the saints. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak. Right. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it's not permitted unto them to speak. But if that was read in the church, then the church seats would be empty, and trust me man, his house will be going up for sale fast. you understand? That's how you make money, by smoothing over scriptures and teaching lies, sugarcoating the scriptures. But we're not doing that. Wait, finish that. Get me a precept. Romans 15 and 18 afterwards.
Let your women keep silent in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak.
Right, so you women,
Fellas,
that's the law of the Bible. You're not supposed to be speaking in the church. That's when you're supposed to be taught. But you're supposed to be under obedience. Go on.
For it is not permitted unto them to speak.
It's not permitted unto you to speak. Go on.
But they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law.
As also saith the law. So that's the laws, that's the Israelite laws. The Mosaic laws that you claim to follow. But you obviously don't. Go on.
Let your women keep silent in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law.
Right, so every woman that claims she's a Christian, she should know this scripture. Get me Matthew 13 and 19 first, and then get me Romans 15 and 18. So you know you're Israelite. Right.
I am an Israelite and I believe in them. I hear what you said. I understand.
Right, those are the laws. You don't make these laws, you just enforce them.
I am.
Right, and he's a heathen. Get me that Matthew 13 and 19. Whenever the word comes out, then the demon come out.
This is Matthew, the book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 19. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom,
This is the word of the kingdom. Because we're not smoothing over these scriptures. Go on.
and understandeth it not.